everybody, welcome to your Vinyasa Recovery Flow with me, Laura Kate. I hope you're all doing really well today. We're going to begin seated on our mats with our legs crossed. So let's go ahead and coming to sit down, roll the shoulders back a few times, feel nice and tall. Relax all the muscles in the face. Take a deep inhale through the nose, closing the eyes on your exhale. Take a big inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling as we lengthen through the fingers, relax the shoulders. Taking the left arm, drawing the right side of the head over to your left side. The right arm is just going to hover a few inches across the floor. Gently coming over to the other side, so with your right hand, drawing the head over. Take lovely deep breaths as you expand the head and the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. We're going to have our hands behind our head now. Take a big inhale, lift through the chest, elbows come back. Exhale, draw yourself all the way down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Last one. Release the hands back, press the elbows behind you and swoop the air in, palms forward. Exhale, palms come back as we reach back, forward. Exhale, pressed. Changing the swivel of the hands, opening the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to come into a child's pose position. So come to the back of the mat with your hands forward. Relax the shoulders down, taking deep breaths. Sink the head to the floor, feel the hands, the feet, the knees touching down, feel grounded, feel supported by your mat, by the earth. And then very gently, let's rise up to a tabletop position with some cat-cows. Exhale, rounding the spine, and then inhale, lifting the chest as high as you can. Exhale, draw that navel back into spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round, a few more times, lengthen. And then from here, very slowly return back to a tabletop position, tucking the toes and very slowly lifting up to our first downward facing dog. So let's just take this time to just sway from side to side, up and down, getting into the back of the hamstrings, pressing one heel down, then the next. Very gently swaying from side to side. Maybe the head moves as the hips glide. And then from here, very gently, let's roll to the tiptoes. Come into a plank position. Inhale, we're going to pick up our right leg, drop down. Left leg, drop down. Inhale, rise back up. Downward facing dog. And again, rolling to plank. Right leg lifts, left leg lifts. Inhale, sinking all the way back. Rolling forward to a plank again. Let's rise again. Left leg. Inhale, lift. Well done, everybody. Take a few moments, rippling back to a plank position. Last time. Left leg. Inhale, sending it back. Fantastic, staying super strong here. Taking a few breaths just to reset the body. From here, looking forward, jump, step or float to the top of the mat. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. From here, taking hold of the ankles and just pulling yourself in towards the legs. Relax the head down. Looking up and then inhale very gently, lifting yourself all the way up to a standing position. Coming to the top of the mat, place your hands in heart center. And then sinking down into Utkatasana chair pose. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, crown of the head lifts as we jump or step back to a plank, lower straight into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Fantastic, everybody. Stepping our right foot forward, warrior one, dropping the left heel. Arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, step back, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Left side, stepping the left foot forward to the top, warrior one, arms lovely and high, sink the hips forward. Hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here in our down dog, let everything settle. Lion's breath if you need. Deep breaths all the way into the bottom of the lungs. Jump, step or float back to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to our Utkatasana chair pose. Sink the hips back. Inhale, rise to standing, hands to heart. And again, hips down, hands to heart center as we fold. Inhale, crown the head lifts. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Stepping the right foot forward, rising all the way up into our warrior one position. Hands to the floor, step back plank, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Opposite side, left foot forward, drop the heel, rising all the way up, sink the hips forward. Hands to the floor, step back, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Well done, guys. Slow the breath down. Use this time. Ease yourself in. All the way into the lungs. Muscles in the face are relaxed. Looking forward, jump, step or float to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Sink the hips as far back as you can. Then inhale to rise. Well done, everybody. Utkatasana chair pose, fantastic. Forward fold. Inhale, crown of the head lifts. Jumping back, coming straight into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Stepping our right foot forward again, coming into our warrior one. Bend into that leg, stay strong. Hands to the floor, step it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Left side. Stepping our left foot to the top of the mat, warrior one, arms rise nice and high. Exhale, step it all the way back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Fantastic, everybody. Take lovely long deep breaths, reset and recuperate. Heels to the floor, tailbone is lifted. Very slowly we're going to rise our head up. Look to the top of the mat, jump, step or float. Exhale, and then inhale, Utkatasana chair pose, sink the bottom back, last one. And inhale to standing. Well done, everybody. Open the feet out wide so the toes face out towards the corners of your mat. We're going to sink the hips down into low squat pose. You can keep the hips high if the heels don't touch the floor. Fingertips are going to grace the floor. We're going to come into forward fold, bottom is lovely and high. Exhale, sink the bottom back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink back, rising up and down. Well done, everybody. Last one. And then rising up, jump, step or float back to a plank position. Slowly lowering chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and then tucking your toes, downward facing dog. From here, stepping our right foot forward, coming into low lunge on our right side. Inhale, rise the arms overhead as we sink forward. Feel strong in the hips and the thighs. Then placing the hands to the floor, straightening your right leg. Flex the toes back towards you and then see if you can fold over the leg. Be gentle not to get that bottom too far back. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Coming over to the left side, so stepping the left foot forward, rising up with the arms, relax the shoulders and sink those hips forward. Gently placing the hands to the floor, send the left leg back, flex the toes, and then exhale, gently fold over the left side. Relax the breathing. Inhale, bending forward, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg super high. We're going to exhale, send it forward, coming into a wide lizard. So from here, you have the option to stay onto the hands, or if you would like to, you can come down to your forearms. Take a few deep breaths here as we sink the hips down and open to that right side. Relax the head, relax your shoulders. Option here to tuck the left toes and pick up the left knee if you want a little bit extra strength today in your practice. Relaxing the knee down, and then inhale, press your right knee open, and then go ahead and try and hold your left foot. Gently pull the leg in. A few times, just bending it in, hands to the floor, stepping forward, returning to our low squat pose. Let's come over, forward fold, sinking the hips down a few more times, into those hamstrings, lifting up. Last one. This time stepping our right foot back, bending into our left leg. Drop the right knee down to begin with, and then option to stay onto the hands, or if you are more comfortable, coming down to the forearms. Feel strong in the left thigh, and if you do want to, you can tuck the right toes, making it a little bit extra hard. Relax the knee to the floor. Let's come over and pressing the knee open with our left arm, and then seeing if we can hold our right foot, gently drawing the foot in. Be gentle. Exhale, release that arm down, and then stepping our right foot forward, returning back to our low squat pose. Inhale, raise the arms up and coming to stand all the way at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and over as we exhale, forward fold. Inhale as we step back into our plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out. And then from here, I'm going to take a big inhale, look to the top of the mat, stepping forward, and then exhale, forward fold down. From here, we're going to take our 2 index fingers. We're going to hold our big toe here. We're going to bend the knees as much as we can so our chest and thighs connect here. Once the chest and the thighs are sitting on top of each other, then you can try and straighten those legs, trying to keep the connection with that chest and the thigh. Listen to the breath, release the hands, and if you'd like to, going deeper by wrapping the hands fully around the legs. Draw the forehead in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach the hands all the way up, and then hands to your heart center. From here, we're going to take a wide leg stance. So have your toes facing outwards, strong through the hips, and then bend down into our goddess pose. So a wide-legged squat. Place the hands onto the thighs and gently just pulse back to front. And then with our right hand, we're going to reach over, then the left, reaching from the hips. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic, rising all the way up. This time, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold down. Holding onto the outside of the ankles as we draw our chest through the legs. Keep the legs as straight as you can. Deep breaths. From here, we're going to take our left hand over to the right foot as we pick up our right hand, coming into a gentle twist here. Twist from the torso. And then exhale, let's come over to the other side, the right hand over to the left foot as the left arm lifts up. Try to bring the gaze up if it's okay for your neck. And then release all the way down. From here, we're going to go into side squat on our right side, so bend into the right leg. And then inhale, pick your left arm up. Sink down into the bottom, into the heel. And then option to come into a bind around the knee. Keep the chest twisted up towards the ceiling. Fantastic. Coming all the way over to the other side as we bend into the left leg, picking up the right toes here, and then reaching all the way up, and then an option to bind around the left thigh. From here, placing the hands back to the floor, coming back into our wide-legged fold. Hands to the hips, and then inhale, bring your chest all the way up. Turning our right foot out and bending into the knee, coming into warrior two. Energy through those arms, and with the left arm reach over to the right side and then return back to warrior two. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Straightening and then bending the leg, coming into extended side angle pose. So right hand is on the floor, left arm is up and over. If you want to, if it's too difficult, placing the forearm onto the thigh and just staying here with your right arm lifted if you need be. Gently from this post posture, we're going to lift the right leg and straighten it out, coming into Trikonasana triangle pose. Hips come back, shoulders come forward. And make sure that you're in line with the hips. Staying strong, both legs are straight. Then inhale, rise, and let's come straight over to the other side, bending into the left leg. And again, 8 times we're going to cross over the right arm to the left side, warrior two. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done everyone, returning back to your warrior two, coming into extended side angle pose, so either placing the forearm to the thigh or placing the left hand to the floor. Lift up and over with that right arm. Feel strong, feel connected to the earth. Take lovely long deep breaths, and then when you're ready, straightening the left leg, coming into Trikonasana. Remembering here to wrap those shoulders behind and pressing the hips forward so that we're in line. Take long deep breaths. Feel strong, feel steady. And then taking a big inhale, we're going to reach all the way up. Turning the feet now inwards, and then interlacing the hands behind the back. Lift the chest, lift the shoulders, and exhale, forward fold all the way down. Making sure that you're not lifting the head, the hands are coming forward, and the legs are straight. And then with a big inhale, rising all the way up, relax the shoulders, and then come to stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold as we come down. Inhale, jump, step or float back to your plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, and then sinking the bottom back to the heels, child's pose. Let the forehead relax to the floor. Take long, deep breaths. Let everything settle. And then rising up, we're going to come to sit with our legs out in front of us, coming into Navasa boat pose. So lifting the legs up, you want to balance onto the glutes. If you would like to, you can straighten the legs for a little bit more of a challenge. If not, keep the legs bent, hold and breathe. Well done everybody. Having the legs out in front of you, we're going to take a big inhale, reach the hands all the way up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, forward fold all the way down, forehead towards the shins. If you need a little bit extra support, taking a strap or a jumper or anything that you have that can help you draw closer towards the shins without rounding off your spine. Let the breath get slower. Relax yourself deep. And then inhale, rising yourself all the way back up. Taking our right foot into the left crease of the elbow, we're going to just start to rock the leg out from side to side, just lubricating the ball and socket joint here in the hip. Taking deep breaths, make sure your back is nice and straight. And then crossing the leg over to your left side. With your left arm, we're going to press the right knee open and then twisting all the way behind you. Make sure your neck is lovely and long and that you're twisting as much as you can behind. Twists are so detoxifying for the body, but they only work if we breathe. Let's come over to the other side now. So bending the left knee into the crease of the right arm and just begin to rock the hip open and shut, keeping the right foot still engaged, back's nice and straight. From here, we're going to gently place the foot to the outside of the right leg. And then your right arm is going to press open to the left leg. And then the left arm's going to wrap round. Take a big inhale, lift, and then exhale, twist round. Remembering to breathe as much as you can so that we can release toxins from the body, from the lungs, from the blood. And then eventually the muscles can soften every time you exhale. Well done, everybody. Coming to lie all the way onto the back, squeezing your knees into your chest. Then rock gently from side to side, up and down, maybe making some circles with your knees, releasing in the lower back. Just softening the spine, your jaw is released, the muscles in your face are soft. Very gently from here, coming into shoelace position. So we're going to begin by wrapping our right leg over to the left thigh, flexing both feet, and then interlacing the hands to the left thigh. Begin to draw the legs in towards the chest, making sure that you're not clenching your jaw. Soften the breath, begin to slow it down, coming to near to end our practice. So we need this soothing breath that's going to get through us our last deep, passive poses. Two more breaths. And then taking the left hand, you're going to pull the right knee over to the left side, coming into supine twist. Turning your head over to that right side and relaxing the right shoulder to the floor. Let the breath just be loose. Try to stay present right to the end of practice. Relaxing even further as we lift ourselves all the way up, squeezing your knees all the way to chest, over to the other side. Left leg is over to the right, flexing both feet back towards the knees, and then interlace the hands to the shin, drawing the knee in. Again, the jaw is soft. Feel the back on the mat, feel grounded, feel secure, feel happy. And then with the right hand drawing the knee all the way over to the right side as we turn our head to the left, making sure that left shoulder blade doesn't leave the floor. Have our last few nourishing breaths of our practice be the best ones yet as we fill up the lungs. Both knees come all the way back to the chest. Roll gently, and then coming into happy baby position. So holding to the soles of the feet or to the inside, maybe lengthening one leg out and then the other. Coming into one of our final poses. Big squeeze of the knees, and then let's finish off in our final Shavasana. So option to place the soles of the feet to the floor or coming into a full body stretch, but just closing the eyes for our last few moments of practice. Feeling grateful. Thank your body, thank your mind for getting you through maybe some difficult parts of the practice today. Be proud of yourself, be proud of your lovely body. Feeling the heartbeat in the hands. And then from here, let's take a big inhale, reach the hands as far forward as you can, legs lengthen, drawing your knees into your chest, rolling over to your right side, coming all the way up to a comfortable seated position, reaching the hands up and over with your palms together. Exhale, drawing to heart center.